Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping and wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So I got a very, it's a worded question. It was pretty specific, but the gist of it is what the title was what happens if an attorney tries to kill your deal because they find out you're buying it cheaper. Now, where is it? It says, where is it? What will you do if the seller's attorney tried killing the deal because he sees you buying the house for cheap and wants to buy it himself, or he wants a kickback from the realtor he worked for? Now, here's the truth. The truth is that if you got a scumbag attorney like that, there's nothing you can do. The truth is, anytime an attorney wants to kill a deal, there's nothing you can do. I will tell you that it happens very, very infrequently. 1 out of 500 times it's happened. Usually it's not because the scumbag attorney does not wants to take the deal from you. It's more likely that the idiot attorney wants to be a financial advisor to his client and tell him that what he's doing is wrong. That does happen sometimes. Sorry. And that can happen. And you could lose a deal over it, right? And people who sort of have been learning about wholesaling through the gurus on the internet where there's no attorneys and find out that there's a seller's attorney in New York are all afraid that the seller's going to kill the deal. The seller's attorney is going to kill the deal. I'm here to tell you it's very, very infrequent. Almost never happens. But what is there to do about it? Pretty much nothing. The truth is, most of the time, the seller's going to trust his attorney more than they're going to trust you, right? It just goes without saying, assuming they have any kind of relationship with the attorney. What happens a lot is that attorneys don't know what they're doing, and people use attorneys. Their cousin is a medical malpractice attorney. Their cousin is a personal injury attorney. Their cousin is a litigator. And they say, just do this for me as a favor. And he goes, no problem. And then the guy looks at it and says, what the hell? Well, the guy wants it assignable. This guy's going to flip it. Now, between you and me, who cares, right? There's really no problem. Now, in the example given by the person who asked this question, what's his name? Mr. Hodakov, the guy wants to steal a deal from you. Most attorneys are not interested in that. Most attorneys don't buy real estate. Most attorneys just want to get paid their legal fee and they want the transaction to close. Which brings us to the next topic, which is somewhat related. If an attorney is asking you for any money up front, I'm talking about 50 cents up front, and an attorney is not agreeing to get paid at the closing, you should run, not walk, run away from that attorney. The reason is that attorney doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So either they're incompetent, they're not confident, they don't do real estate, they're just morons, whatever it is. So I had a situation recently where somebody got pissed off. I told them I wanted to buy the house. I went to see it. I saw I did not want to buy the house. And they started yelling at me that they had given an attorney $500. And I'm like, I feel bad, but you should have paid an attorney a dime, right? Attorneys should not get paid until a deal closes, right? If an attorney needs money up front, it is usually because of the reasons we said before, right? They're incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. They're afraid the deal's going to close. Experienced real estate attorneys are okay with the fact that some of their times they're going to send out a contract, it's not going to close. Do you know how easy it is for an experienced real estate attorney to send out a contract? I would guess it takes less than 5 minutes. He's not typing up that whole contract. 99% of this stuff is boilerplate. He's adding like 8 fields into a contract that he should have easily in Word. I mean, when I want to sell a property, I tell my attorney a buyer's name, a buyer's address, an attorney name and contact information, a purchase price, and a deposit. Maybe a date. That's it. You know how quickly you can put that into a document? So for somebody to charge you for that, it means either he doesn't even have access to a contract he can use, or he's just so afraid that the deal's not going to close that he needs your money up front. Either way, that is not an attorney you should use. Ever. I cannot think of one situation where an attorney will charge you money and you should pay him before the deal closes. I can't. I had a situation where a guy was just an annoying guy and the attorney charged him, and I understood it because the guy called 7,000 times and the deal's never closed. But if you're a normal person and you don't have a history with an attorney of not closing deals, there is no reason why they should take a dime from you up front. Ever. Deals should be paid at and only if it closes, right? And if it doesn't close, then the attorney did minor work. But listen, where the attorney's expertise comes into play is after a contract is sent out and then the buyer is asking for things, right? Like I ask for things. I ask for a reduced deposit. I ask for assignability. Then he has to have some legal knowledge to know what these things mean and how that protects his client. I understand that. And really, the real good part of your attorney is when things hit the fan, right? So if things really go bad, you're probably going to use a litigator or not a real estate attorney. But how the contract's written is going to decide if you're going to win the case or not. So I had a case where I had $100,000 deposit on a deal. I did not want to close on the property. There was and I spoke to a litigator, and he goes, you have a thing. There was some kind of environmental easement on it, and the contract said that the seller wasn't responsible for utility easements. So he's like, I think we got something to hang our hat on, and we won the case, and that was good, right? But it was the way that the contract was written that's going to win your case. So this is interesting. So a good, let's say, litigator. How do you know he's a good litigator? He'll look at your stuff in advance, and he'll tell you whether this is a case you can win or not. I had another contract, and the guy looks at me and goes, you got nothing. He goes, you got to close on it or lose the deposit. That was like 9 years ago. So, and that's very similar to the mentorship and guidance and coaching that I provide for people. And nobody talks about it, but you don't know when you start doing this, you're not going to know what you should pay for a house. You don't know what a deal is and what it isn't. When you send something like that to me, in 5 minutes, I can look at it and tell you we can pay $300,000 for it. At that point, we have options. If not, it's not worth it. These are things you're not going to know. You think, we have this idea that we're going to call a list of people who want to sell, and they're going to say, I need to sell for any price immediately. And that almost never happens. More likely, they're going to have a number in mind. It might be what they owe. I owe $300,000 on it. I can't take less than that. Or it might be what they need. I owe $300,000, but I need $50,000 to move to someplace else. And when you're starting out, you're really not going to know if that's a deal or not. Is that a good price? Is that a bad price? It's not easy to know that. But when you send deals to me and when you're working with me, that's one of the benefits I provide. I think it's the biggest benefit I provide, to be honest with you. Obviously, putting up my money for the deposit is helpful. Finding a dispositioning the property, so finding someone to buy it is helpful. But letting you know what you should pay for a property is a big deal. And the same thing when it comes to attorneys. A good attorney is going to look at your stuff. A litigator, I'm talking about a litigator, is going to look at your case and go, yeah, you have a case here or you don't have a case. And let you know whether you should waste your time and your money on it. So that's the gist of it. If an attorney has a bug up his butt and the seller has a relationship with that attorney, you're probably not going to buy the house. Right? I had a situation like that. A student called me, he goes, the attorney's telling him not to do it. I go, you're probably not going to buy it. He said, but how do I convince him his attorney's wrong? I go, he's going to believe his attorney over you, right? Wouldn't you? Right? You don't have a relationship with this guy. Some buyer comes out there, says he wants to buy the property. You don't know if he's legit or not. This guy has a relationship for 10 years with an attorney. He's going to believe his attorney. So attorneys do kill deals once in a while, but it's very, very infrequent. The vast majority, right? I'm saying 499 or more out of 1,000 are going, 998 or more out of 1,000 are going to just want to get the transaction closed, right? They just want to represent their clients in the best legal interest, their client's best legal interest, and get the deal closed so they can get paid. Most guys aren't going to get into financial advice. Oh, it's not a good deal. You should list the property for sale. Or get into the whole, hey, maybe I'll buy it. The greedy scumbag. Listen, if you got a scumbag attorney, he's going to do scumbag things, right? There are scumbag attorneys. Most are not scumbags. So, at least in my experience. So that's the gist of it. It's very hard to win a head-to-head battle with a trusted advisor. You can't. It's not just an attorney, right? If his accountant tells him not to do it, I've had my best friend told me this is a stupid thing to do. It's hard to come up with that, which is one of the reasons why when you're talking to the seller, you should ask, is there anybody else involved in this decision? What is going on here? It's important to ask that. Find out right up front. Right? I've had situations where they said, I've talked to my daughter. I'm like, okay, can we get everybody on the phone? I'll talk to your daughter and explain this to her. I had a situation where I didn't do that, and I lost the deal. The daughter was just convinced that I was ripping up her parents, and it wasn't the case at all. And the daughter wouldn't even talk to me. I was so angry at that woman, so angry. She wouldn't get on the phone to have a discussion, accusing me of things. I'm like, I'll meet you face to face. I will talk. Call me, talk to you. No, I don't want to be your scumbag. I'm like, I think you're mistaken, and I want to have a conversation with you. Is there any way that we can do that? And they wouldn't. Still angry at them. I said, I'm blocking you. I don't want to deal with you anymore. I blocked her because she was driving me bananas, and she wouldn't even have a discussion with me. All right. I'm completely off topic now. I apologize. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in a self-study program I have, go to howtoflipnewyorkcourse.com. I got to change that name. And if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help the algorithms and get me more people to see my videos. And please keep the comments coming. I post 5 times a week. You can ask a comment about anything. It does not have to be about the video you're watching. Try to get back to comments every day or two. And if you ask something simple, I'll just reply with an answer. If you ask something that I've covered before, I'll send you links to videos on it. And if it's something new, I'll do a brand new video on it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it.